Well, seeing that one coming. Episode 11 of Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation was definitely an amazing way to leave the season off. And yes, sadly, that is the final episode of this current season. And I believe, like I said, I think we're looking at summer as being the continuation of the series. And as I said before, I think it's definitely a welcome thing as long as they can keep up the quality as it is now. But yeah, very incredible animation in this episode. A lot of really stellar action scenes. Just it's the kind of animation that you love because it's not just blurred characters swinging all over the place or lightning fast clangs and you don't even know what's happening. It's showing these just beautiful fluid animations as they're kind of flying through the air and great different kind of angles that they're going for with each shot. So absolutely incredible. And a lot of action scenes as well. But yeah, we kind of opened up this episode with Roxy discovering the village that Rudy was at. It's pretty destroyed, and finds a bunch of kind of help wanted postings everywhere. Specifically, Paul pleading pretty much everybody that he needs help. He needs help finding his son. He's kind of pointing out the fact that you might not like me too much, and I don't have money, but I need help to find my son. He's calling out to all of his previous partners and his adventures, all to come help him. And Roxy's the one that kind of notices this and immediately is greeted by two adventurers, the dwarf and the elf that was with Paul. I don't have their names off the top of my head. I apologize, but the two people that had adventured, two of the people that had ventured with Zenith and Paul, apparently they're joining with Roxy to go out and try to find Rudy. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of a mass calling to pretty much everybody to come help find Rudy, which is pretty amazing. It was a nice little opening to the episode. I'm glad to see Roxy finally. Got to see her at the beginning and the very end. Hopefully, she's more present in the second season. We miss Roxy, please. But yeah, anyways, jumping back to Rudy, they are going out to like a petrified forest to try to find a mysterious beast there that they need to take out. And come to find out, the other party that they ran into in the inn that ripped Eris's robes was there, as well as a kind of a pig orcish looking dude. So they've had three total parties that apparently got assigned to this task, and they're all kind of clashing heads at this point to find out who is going to actually take on the job. Despite this kind of crowdedness, they decide to kind of go forward with the quest, and they end up following the younger adventurers because they obviously seem more ill-equipped to do it, or at least young. And they quickly get attacked by a bunch of monsters. And this is the point in which Rui decides to make a calculated move to not assist them quick enough and to kind of let them, I guess, bathe in their desperation first before they jump in and help. That way they would appreciate it more. And even though Rizard's like, look, these guys are going to die. We have to stop this. He's like, no, just wait. And yeah, this is the one where you have that, yeah, this isn't going to end well. And yeah, sure enough, in his eye, you can see the reflection of a guy's corpse just flying through the air. And one of the guys got split in half and thrown. And then that's when Rizard and Eris run in there to help them. And this turns into a kind of a combative situation because Rizard, of course, is like, well, why'd you stop me? We could have saved this boy, and you stopped me. And he's like, well, no, I thought that this would be best for us if we waited. And it's nice that the other adventurer kind of stops him. He's like, no, look, this was our decision. We came here knowing that we could die. I messed up. He did nothing. I messed up. We weren't ready for this, basically. It is kind of one of those struggling moments because it's just, I guess, one of those moments where Rudy's going to realize that this isn't child's play here. You hesitate for a second and somebody dies. And that's exactly what ends up happening with the situation. And I think he's learning at this point, especially with the following. After that, they end up finding the other party and they're getting killed. And one of the guys is in his mouth of the snake. And granted, he doesn't really necessarily, he hesitates technically, but it's one of those things of like, he's asking Rizard is like, can we handle this guy? I mean, yeah, we can rush right in there, but can we handle this is the question. And Rizard's like, yeah, sure, we can do this. Definitely. And he runs in there and Rizard is just amazing. Like the thing just darts after Rudy and he just kind of stops it with one hand, jumps to the air, splits it. Definitely some amazing action from Rizard. He's just absolutely incredible. And plus, Edis constantly makes me regret not putting her in the best girls list this season. I need to make a revised version of that list. She's so awesome. Like she just destroys things and just has fun doing it. So yeah. The other party ends up dying as well, and moving on from there, they're kind of Rudy's obviously defeated, going back to town, and they walk up on the horse demon guy again, and he has apparently pushed the other two adventurers that are taking quests from into telling them what they're doing. And so he's like, look, I know you're getting quests from these guys. If I tell the guild, you're going to lose your license. And at this point, Rudy's kind of like contemplating what he's going to do. Like, what do we leave? What do we do? And he kind of starts, look, Erdis, I'm going to handle this. Don't worry. And that's when you see his staff glow. And I'm assuming the storm was caused by his spell, because he's done this. The spell that he learned from Roxy was kind of like this big, huge cloud appears before it strikes. So I'm assuming he was causing that. It starts raining, and Reezer's hair starts to lose its dye. And the horse guy realizes, oh man, it's dead end. You're actually dead end. And Reezer kind of like, look, we're leaving the village, but if we lose our license, I'm going to come back and kill you. And then he leaves. And it was a sad little part after this, because the other adventurers that they just saved are terrified of him as well. And Rudy's like, why are you afraid of him? He saved your life. And he's like, well, I'm sorry. I'm afraid. But, yeah, following the scene, they run into Reezer out in the outside of the city, and Reezer's like, I'm sorry. And he's like, why are you apologizing? And he's like, well, no, because I seen your resolve when you were starting to cast that spell. You have somebody you want to protect. That's what makes a warrior. You are a warrior. And at this point, Rudy kind of realizes, look, we gotta start working together. And he's decided at this point they're going to decide everything together, so that nobody's, upset about what's decided, and they're going to start working as a team going forward. And that pretty much was the cap end of the episode. Just a really solid episode, because it's really kind of, technically we've had moments where Rudy is discovering the truths of the world and the harshnesses of the world versus where he used to live, where he just held up in a room. And that kind of reality is striking him. You hesitate and somebody dies. This is a dog-eat-dog world, so to speak, and he's got to rely on others more. He can't just be, I'm the ultimate craftsman, brilliant guy that's going to be able to figure these things out. He needs help. And I think this is a nice little wake-up call for him, that he needs help. He needs to rely on Reezerd. He needs to rely on Erdis as well, if they want to, make it alive and not lose others, really, is what it is. So, yeah. Just a fantastic episode to leave the season, and I am so eagerly waiting summer to come around so it can continue. And see all our returning characters, hopefully, and see where it goes from here. But really, really, really exciting stuff. Like I said, I'm happy to have the break, because if they can keep the quality up, that's totally welcome. But at the same time, I'm going to miss it. It's just fantastic storytelling, great animation and everything. So I will be doing a review of this series after I post this. So look forward to that if you want to hear my full thoughts and you've been just listening to my spoilers for some reason. But I thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and you all take care.